proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
Piper Honda. Volvo Rents construction equipment. Present the Bright House Network's high school football game of the week.
Well, good evening, Kern County. Hello to all of our Bright House Network subscribers here in the city of Bakersfield. We are up on the east side for the Bright House Network's exclusive coverage of the high school football game of the week, Week 7. It's lucky number 7, but it's Friday the 13th, October 2006. The Liberty Patriots visiting the East High School Blades. I'm joined up on the boom, the Volvo Rents boomed, joined up here by Paul Press. Before we send it down to Brian Adams and his words, let's hear your general thoughts about this big football game tonight on the east side. Paul Press.
Well, it might only be the second game of the SEYL for both these teams, but it has huge implications. Neither one of these teams can afford a loss tonight with the SEYL title on the line here, knowing what's going on the other side of town between two tough teams over there in the SEYL. We've got a great matchup. It's going to be winner really sets themselves up.
Let's go down to the field and ask our man Brian Adams about this visiting team as we see one of the captains out there, Byron Campbell, joined by a teammate at midfield. Brian, your thoughts on the Liberty Patriots?
One thing we got to talk about the Liberty Patriots is their defense. Since Chad Provensal's taken over that team, they've been a defensive stalwart in the SEYL. However, I think they're going to have some offense, and that's going to be generated through Byron Campbell, the golden arm quarterback. He's had 300-plus yard games. I think tonight he has to move the ball around and get a great running game from Vasquez to have a chance to bring home a victory.
Thank you, Brian. True professional. You were supposed to cover East. My fault. Well, Paul, give me your words on the East High Blades.
Well, the East High Blades just found out, pregame warm-up, Coach Maples, being the disciplinarian that he is, and most people don't think so, but he is. He's fair. Big story is 5 starters will not play the first quarter. Will not play. Most people are not used to the East High Blades throwing the ball, but Coach Maples gave me a little insight. He said, watch for us to spread and throw it. So East High is going to air it out and try to match the great arm of Campbell from Liberty, and we'll see what they have. With 5 starters not going this first quarter because he's sticking by his rules, and they broke it was a team violation, and that's the way it goes. They will not start.
So one of the bigger stories before the ball even gets kicked off, 5 starters for the East High Blades not going to be playing in the first quarter. We've all had our chance to talk to the coaches, Paul Press, myself, Brian Adams. We were down working that gridiron before the pregame, talking to coaches, talking to parents, talking to officials, talking to the media. This is a game that has a lot of history to it. Believe it or not, Liberty's not that old of a school, but they've had a lot of big games. A lot of these, all of these coaches know each other, Paul, and it's very cold. The weather might have something to do with it tonight. The wind, the rain, there's going to be wind direction that plays a part in this ball game.
Yeah, we did get some rain up on this side of town. I teach not too far away from here, and we did get some rain at 6:30 this morning. I was on this side of town, and it was raining, but the field looks in pretty good position. It looks fairly good. We were walking around, Brian Adams and I, along with you and the players, and it didn't look like there was any footing problems. So we should be able to see some pretty clean football, and right now the football gods must have shined down upon us because it looks like we've got some clear skies.
Paul Press, hand me my program right down there, buddy. Sorry to make you work, big guy. We are up on a boom tonight, thanks to Volvo Rents. We are on the visitors' side. Geographically, it's the west side of the field up here at East High. Brian Adams on the ground, as always, getting the scoop. Paul Press and I up here looking forward to it. Week 7, exclusive coverage of the Bright House Network's high school football game of the week. Again, the teams are the Liberty Patriots in white, the East High Blades in red. Chilly night tonight. Appreciate everybody watching this exclusively on Bright House Networks. Well, Paul, Week 7, a lot to talk about. There'll be a lot of things to cover as the night goes on, but I think we can all assume, based on the pregame and the fired up speeches by the players and the coaches, that things are going to heat up quickly. And as I say that, lightning over on the east side. Wow, here we go. East High will be receiving the football. Here it comes. Man, my premonition on Friday the 13th, this is going to be a very good football game.
I agree with you on that. I'm looking for a barn burner.
It's up and it's deep into the wind, and Andre Hayes will take it out. He goes up the middle of the field. He stopped early at the 15, and he's hit hard and brought down at the 11-yard line. Andre Hayes for the Varsity Blade football team.
Yeah, and the Liberty Patriots come swarming down on that kickoff. Boy, they've got a lot of team speed. I was noticing during pregame warm-ups how much speed they have. Even their linemen seem to be getting out of their stances real well. And I tell you, if they play half intensely as their head coach does, I'm going to tell you, he looked pumped up during warm-ups. Chad Provençal looked like he was still playing linebacker for the BHS Drillers.
1st and 10 for the Blades. 3 receivers in the triangular formation over here on the right side. The pass is thrown out to the left side. The quarterback for the Blades, as we know, Jan Wallets, he fires one out to the left side, and it's caught out there by number 32. And oh my goodness, I don't have a 32. The first play of the game.
Wow.
Do you have a 32, Pablo?
No, I don't have a 32. I know we're going to have a number change later on. Michael Smith, number 65, is going to be wearing number 6 tonight.
Oh,
I
boy.
did get the rundown on that, but I did not get it.
3 receivers here, Paul, little pocket. Scritchfield leading them. Wallets looks up the field, wants to go on his own. Wallets, a dangerous threat on the legs of that small frame. Paul, we saw him at Bakersfield College. Remember that incredible play a few weeks ago against Centennial? We all thought he was down, and he busted out for about an 85-yarder.
Yeah, what a difference an inch makes, because his knee was about an inch away. As we can already see, East High spreading it out. They go to what we call trips bunch package out wide, and then it was a true quarterback draw play on that.
Again, Paul, same formation, split way right. Jan Wallets looks over. Scritchfield is the top of the, looks like a pool rack. He's at the front of it. Wallets wants to throw. He's got a man. Oh, a man over the middle. And Brian, as your field level here, it looks as though Wallets has decent protection, at least his first 2 or 3 pass plays here, and that's going to be very important.
You're absolutely
Vance,
right.
you're right.
Oh,
Sorry about that, Paul. Vance, you're exactly right. Good pass protection. And really, I like the throw. It was low, but the receiver has to make that catch and keep the drive alive.
Thank you, Brian. 4th and 5. Blades will punt. It's up, and it's a nice punt. Chris Neal deep for the Patriots. Will he touch it? He does touch it. Or does he not touch it? The Blades coach thinks that it went off the hands of Chris Neal, and either way too close for comfort.
Yeah, he put that hand up there. I thought you called it correct. I was going to get ready to say the same thing. Wow. You could tell, man, his hand was up. I don't know why he put his hand up. If you're going to let it go, let it go. Get out of the way. But that could have been a crazy break. But here comes the very potent Liberty offense.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Liberty offense is commandeered out there by the junior Byron Campbell at quarterback. He's in the shotgun for the first play from the line of scrimmage for the Patriots. In motion, Nick Harrington. The ball goes to Anthony Vasquez, and Vasquez picks up a first down on the first play from the line of scrimmage. They got it. First play, first down.
Yeah, they're spreading them out, and with that arm of Brandon Campbell. And then you got Ostheimer, number 2, big-time receiver. Last year it was Ostheimer to Ostheimer. Now you've got the younger Ostheimer out there playing the wide receiver. He's over the top on the right. They come up.
Campbell's got him split far left, far right. 1st and 10. Campbell from directly behind center. Campbell rolls to his right, wants to throw, gets it out. And it's caught out there by the big fella. That's Richie Herrera. Herrera brings it to about midfield at the 50-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down for the Patriots. Paul, we're probably going to see a lot of different things tonight from the east side of the east side of the football. But the Patriots have been pretty consistent all year with what they try to do.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm very impressed with this young quarterback. He's only a junior, but I was impressed with him last year as a sophomore. He's put on some weight and some muscle. And when you roll him out, he is textbook with his hips and his arm.
Ostheimer and Ortiz split to Campbell's left. Campbell does hand the ball off. It goes up the middle. Some workhorse yardage out there on a 2nd and 2. And I believe, if my eyes do not deceive me, that's going to be a first down by Anthony Vasquez, and it is. So 3 or 4 plays and 2 first downs. Head coach Chad Provençal, the Liberty Patriots. Head coach Jim Maples of the East High Blades. 2 very well-known names here in Kern County football, and they both shared their insights with us before the game started. We look forward to sharing that with you as this game progresses. But right now, no stopping the action. Campbell in the shotgun. Again, has Ortiz split to his left. Out to his right, Ostheimer. Campbell does the hard count. Campbell rolls to his right. Looks like he's going to keep it a shuttle pass across the interior of the line, and that is taken by Ryan Kirschman. Kirschman takes the ball up the middle. Was that Kirschman or was that Chris Neal? Sorry about that. Chris Neal, sophomore running back, up the middle of the interior of the field.
Very interesting play. The play develops, it looks like it's going to be an option. Then they run young running back up there, is it Chris Neal? And all of a sudden they run a shuttle. Pretty hard to defend if you're that defensive end. You're thinking option, all of a sudden they come underneath you.
2nd and 8, Ostheimer and Pollard split left this time. Neal in the slot. Looks like they might be trying to man this up for Campbell. Campbell looks, wants to go to the corner. He lets it go. It's intended out there, and he's got his man. And it's caught, and it is a touchdown. Look at that. Campbell to Pollard. Perfect spiral, nice catch, and 5 tough yards at the end. Liberty 6-0. Touchdown Patriots. Well, Paul, we're up on this boom. That ball just kind of went right past our faces. What a perfect spiral, right on the money.
Yeah, Campbell, as we see it here, he's getting ready to sets, plants, stays up on his toes, throws a beautiful ball, and comes right down there, nose down, means he's got good rotation on the ball and finishes the throw off. And I tell you, Brian Adams called it before the play was even snapped. He's in our ear going, look at the mismatch, we got him over here, they're setting it up one-on-one, and sure enough, there it was.
Andrew Benton with a PAT, it's up, and it is good. 7-0 Patriots, they score on their first drive. Offensive line looks strong for the Patriots. Everybody's doing their job, so Coach Provençal has to be pretty pleased with that effort.
Yeah, you just said something that I noticed too. You've got 75, Casey Sorrell, 77, Trevor Goldberg. Those guys did a great job. Number 56, man, he's doing a great job. Matt Legro, they were solid. That front line is really protecting Campbell, the quarterback, and then really getting off the ball well. You've got to be wondering, are those starters from East High, are they wondering, hey, did we really let our teammates down by skipping practice? Moving a team violation. Seniors are looking at those seniors who broke a team rule and say, look, we could be using you right now. This is an important game in our league. And we've got starters on the sideline, and Liberty takes advantage of it. Don't know if it would have made a difference in it.
All right. Paul Press, Brian Adams, checking this first drive out by the Patriots. I can tell by Brian's stoic silence over there. He's mulling things over, and I think he's impressed. The kick is up. It's into the wind. This is going to drop and scatter at about the 7-yard line, 6-yard line. Haynes better pick it up. Look out. He scoops it up, has a little running room. Can he make a move and get out of trouble? Can he get a fumble? The ball pops up in midair at the 9-yard line. Oh, man, Andre Hayes took a long time to pick it up. Then he stepped past it, went back and picked it up. Looked like he might have broke free from the pile, and then, boom, hit hard. And Jose Salazar in there to grab the fortuitous bounce for the Blades. But, ooh, scary stuff.
Yeah, and Andre Hayes, right after that happened, he kind of hustles off the field real quick, and it looked like he wanted to get out of there. He knew he made a mistake. But here we go. You know, last time East High had the ball, they did have some open receivers. You just got to plant and throw, and they come out in the same formation. Vance trips right.
Wallets has time across the middle. A hard hit out there. It was an incomplete pass anyway. It was intended for Jeffrey McDonald, and he was smacked by Alex Harrington before the pass. Sorry, right after the pass made its way over there. Here's our Volvo Rinse replay, and as we see, Wallets fires it across the middle, and you know, it looked as if McDonald just stopped running.
Yeah, he saw Harrington out of the corner of his eyes.
2nd and 10. Wallets again, as Paul says, trips right out here like looks like a pool rack. Wallets trying to make a move. Oh! Yikes. Who was that? Travis Holder comes through the middle. If we have this replay, everybody, watch this. Kern County, this is a hit.
Travis Holder does his linebacker job. He reads pass, he takes a step back, and then all of a sudden he says, here he comes, quarterback draw. You did that to us once, we're not falling for it again. Steps up and lays the big hit.
Our director, Zach, and his crew in the truck give out a collective, ooh, after that hit. 3rd and 9, tough goings for the Blades. Wallets needs to get out of that pocket. He does. Will he throw it or will he go? He looks and tosses it. Great play out there. 1st down for the Blades. And Jeffrey McDonald, and they're standing there waiting patiently, and Wallets pretty much, oh boy. It looks as if the big fella, Hector Sedano, called for the holding after that big 1st down. Nice field generally down there by Wallets, but be that as it may, a tough holding call on the Blades.
Sedano's one of those young sophomore big linemen that I was talking about here in Bakersfield. We saw a huge lineman last week over at West High, you know, 307-pounder, 320-pounder. Sedano, only a sophomore, 6'4", 315, along with the other big sophomore, James Zontek. We see him playing some defense. He's 310 pounds. We got some big sophomores walking around Bakersfield.
3rd and 15. Split way right is McDonald. Wallets, to have success, needs to get out of that pocket. Now he's in big trouble. Wallets needs to get out of the end zone. Wallets looking for space. Wallets now is going to be brought down about the 3-yard line. And Brian, they're about 20 paces away from you. You're seeing it all happen. What do you see?
Well, Vance, right there, Willis has had nobody to throw the ball to. Great coverage from the secondary. Anytime you see a quarterback with that much time, credit the secondary for great coverage. But Willis is so hard to tackle. He's just like a little gnat back there. He just moves around, you miss him, and he makes a 3-yard or 2-yard play look very exciting.
4th and 15. Thank you, Brian. 6.5 left here in the 1st quarter. Nice snap. Nice punt by Skidmore. It's going to be taken by Chris Neal. Neal bobbles it. Neal still trying to get a handle on it. Big block at midfield. Chris Neal still on his feet. Looks like a flag. Neal looking for room. Scritchfield can make the tackle. And he throws him out. Sorry, Skidmore. Ryan Skidmore makes the tackle, and flags on the play. Fumble. There's a lot of things happening on this play, but Ryan Skidmore probably finally brought him down, Paul.
Yeah, Skidmore takes angle. He's going to be hard to beat. Skidmore's a tall, very athletic tight end, and we'll see a lot out of him probably later on. They've been spreading him out right now, but as you see right here on the Volvo Rinse replay, right there he bobbles it, and then when this happens, what happens is guys start turning around right there. They probably got 44 because he just leaned on the back. He didn't hit it maliciously or anything, but from their angle, this outside line judge there, he says, oh, you got him in the back. They move it back. Liberty Patriots starting back on the 42-yard line, it looks like. This means they have to go, 58 yards. So if they do anything like they did last time, it just means better stats for Campbell.
1st and 10. Campbell has Vasquez in the backfield with him. He's got 3 receivers to his right side. Campbell in the shotgun. Campbell, again, possibly could be looking strike to kill and go deep. He doesn't. He throws across to the right side. This pass is taken out there, and it's caught. Another nice move. Nobody's wrapping their arms. A big hit finally, but not until Chad Pollard racks up 18 tough yards on his own. some big hits, some big pops, if you will, but nobody's wrapping their hands.
No, Chad Pollard, not that big, 5'9", 165, but obviously buys into that weight room program they have over there at Liberty. Very strong, athletic, keeps rolling off, spins, breaks the tackle here, 2, 3. Right there, we see probably the third one. Breaks another one right there. 4 or 5 guys miss, and he picks up an extra 15 yards, what we call yak yards, yards after a catch, or yards after a contact on that one. So good yak yards for him, and once again, Byron Campbell throws the ball 5 yards and gets 17 yards on his stats.
I like the sound of that, yak yards. Special hello to Tim Yaksich. What do you say, Yak? 1st and 10, Campbell has Jeff Ortiz way out left here. They're right in front of us. This time he hands the ball off. Nice contact made by the Blades at the line of scrimmage. Ball taken on the handoff by Anthony Vasquez. Brings up about a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. To all of our viewers at home watching this, it's possible that you're hearing wind hum through our microphones. Nothing we can do about that. Windy
No,
night
I'm
up
actually
here.
holding my mic tonight. And once again, Chad Pollard comes back in, so they spread him out.
2nd and 9. About to dip below the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Campbell on the hard count. Campbell drops straight back this time. Campbell throws, connects up the middle. Caught out there by Ostheimer. Ostheimer picks up a big first down. Another 30-yard fumble.
Wow. We'll get to see this hopefully on the replay, because I don't know if it was a fumble. It looked like he was down, but you know what? That's just the break the East High Blades need. And right before this, we're going to see it on the replay. Right there, Campbell throws a strike. Look at that. Right to Ostheimer. Ostheimer breaks the tackle, shows his athleticism, gets up the field right there. Nope, I was incorrect. The officials once again have it right. A nice job of stripping that ball.
Who's number 32? Somebody tell us who number 32 is. Maybe our man Brian Adams will be able to scoop up delicate information so these parents and relatives will understand that we just don't have his number in here. Woolitz on a keeper. Woolitz tries to get out of trouble. Uh-oh, Woolitz wrapped up and thrown for a loss. And if that's going to be their MO tonight, they might run into some trouble with these awfully quick linebackers for the Patriots.
Yeah, and once again, I don't know, they got a 32 over there. They got a 35 on the sideline for East High too, and I think he comes in the game, and I don't have a 35 on my roster.
Incognito players.
However it is, East High's got to figure out how to do something here. Obviously not having their starters. They still got 4 minutes, 5 starters, 4 minutes and 19 seconds now still to play, so people's got to step up and do something here.
2nd and 13. Woolitz has a running back with him. Woolitz looks for the option, keeps it. Woolitz cuts back against the grain, has room. All he needs is a little bit of room, and what a play. What a tackle out there by Cameron Yost. Cameron Yost stops for sure a first down, maybe even more. Great hustle.
Yeah, from our viewpoint up here, and he was coming right back towards our lift here. He had plenty of room, as we see on the Volvo Wrench replay right here. Makes a nice job, breaks it back.
Number 30
back here.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Breaks the tackle, and there he goes. But you're right, if he doesn't make that tackle, hey, it's bye-bye for a lot of yards.
To the Carrillo family, Josh Carrillo, number 32 for the East High Blades. Josh Carrillo, number 32 for the Blades. 3rd and 8, big third down here in the early goings for the Blades. Woolitz with a ton of time, and man, that ball was intended for Jeffrey McDonald, and under the circumstances, it's cold and it's windy, but boy, that's a big catch that hopefully you can make in these circumstances early in this ball game when they're trying to get some momentum. And it sounds easy for me to say because I'm up here in this boom, but I just think under the circumstances, tough one.
Yeah, as I'm seeing up here, if I'm an East High coach, I'm talking to Coach Maples, and I'm saying, hey, we need to get Skidmore inside. They keep putting him way out, and he's getting mashed up with corners with his height. I'd try to get him up against a linebacker.
Skidmore again. Gets a nice end over end. This could bounce right into the Liberty hands, but no, it's going to be knocked down at about the 42-yard line by the Blades. Good coverage, and Paul, you make a great point, and I know Brian's agreeing with you because I hear him in my ear. Let's touch that subject for a moment, Brian. I'd like for you to touch on what what Paul's saying about Skidmore. He makes a great point.
Well, Vance, what Paul and I are talking about is getting him involved in the game. A lot of times when you're the outside receiver, pressure can take you out of the game, but when you put him in the middle in the slot, he's able to work the middle, and his height, that's a big target for Jan to look for.
Skidmore is the 6'6" tight end for the East High Blades, number 81 now on defensive end. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Campbell right behind center. Hands the ball off. A big gain again. Will he get outside? He does! Anthony Vasquez continues to break tackles. Touchdown, Liberty, and what you and I thought was going to be maybe a first down. More broken tackles, touchdown, Liberty.
Yeah, and it all starts right at the point of contact. Skidmore, they get a nice block and they kick Skidmore out. Skidmore does what a defensive end should do. He tries to squeeze it down, but there's a little hole there. Vasquez pops out, and then it's just a matter of missed tackles, and he does a great job of staying in bounds. As we see it right there, one missed tackle, breaks that tackle, stays in bounds, breaks one more, and then it's a foot race. And obviously he won that foot race down the sideline.
The PAT attempted out there by Andrew Benton, and a holding will be, of course, Chris Neal, the good hands man. There it is. 2:54 left in the first quarter. The Patriots are up 2 touchdowns to nothing. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football game of the week only on Bright House Networks. It is week 7, Friday the 13th, October 2006. Paul, have you had a lucky or unlucky day?
Started off great, had a couple hours of I thought was bad luck, and then it's been finished great, and let's hope my luck holds out. I'm going to finish this and then driving up to the Bay Area tonight. So
no jacuzzi tonight?
No jacuzzi tonight. Got to jump in a car and drive up to the Bay Area with some friends and going up there. So long day. Started at 5 this morning and probably finished about 1 o'clock tonight, 2 o'clock. But it's all good. Overall, a pretty fortunate day for Friday the 13th. Brian Adams, our Bright House Network's Bakersfield weatherman. Brian.
Well, Vance, I just talked to the head official, and if we have lightning and thunder within 30 seconds of each other, everybody will be off the field for at least 30 minutes.
Do they provide the hot cocoa for us?
Hey, I thought you were buying.
We'll talk about that later. Into the wind again. I'll tell you what, Benton really puts a leg and bounces backwards. A pitching wedge kickoff. And the Blades recuperate, get it up to the 17-18 yard line. Handled out there by Jeffrey McDonald, another good hands man, Paul Press.
Wow, that's what a pitching wedge looks like. I can never get mine to do that, but
it's supposed to come back.
On a golf course, I go out to River Lakes and play. Oh, thank you, River Lakes, for letting me go out there because wow. But wow, it takes a kickback, so East High once again can't set up a return. They're starting way back here. East High hasn't been out past, I would imagine, the 30-yard line tonight. And they've got to make a catch. Now we see Skidmore, and once they bring him out here. I'd like to see him get him tighter inside and get a mismatch on a linebacker.
Maybe the only thought is that, Chris Neal is 5'9", Skidmore 6'6". Maybe you take advantage of that, but we haven't seen it yet. Finally, the wet drops I felt tonight. The rain has started to come. The pass is up, and it is, oh my goodness gracious. Well, Sean Carrillo, we got his name, and doggone it, I hope we didn't vex him on Friday the 13th, because that was a perfectly thrown ball to Josh Carrillo. Doggone it. That whole sidelines for East High just went, oh. Well, Brian, as we see our Volvo Rinse replay, no matter what, that's a beautiful, beautiful pass.
Well, Vance, he's thrown some catchable balls. The receivers have to help him out in that situation. Sometimes the receivers have to make great catches to bail the quarterback out. Sometimes the quarterback has to make great throws and bail the receivers out. But right here, he's making the partial throw. And I tell you this, Liberty are hitting these guys.
Yeah, Liberty's bringing the wood, most certainly. And I think, if anything, that last pass before on the previous down, Willets had those DBs now thinking, okay, all right. We'll stop over pursuing, over committing. Try to play this as man up as we can. Paul Press.
Yeah, once again, I don't know. I think they've only thrown the ball once to Skidmore, and I know I keep calling his name, but with his height and his speed and his strength, they've got to be able to move him in and something and get him the ball because he's only been thrown to once. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but you've got a playmaker like that, and you've got starters still on the sideline for another 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
At least he's inside the hash now. Wallets looks, throws it. It's caught out there. Carrillo cuts upfield. Carrillo gets the first down. Nice play for the East High Blades. Nice play by the East High Blades.
Yeah, they run a clear out with Skidmore. He clears his zone. They come underneath that because everybody from Liberty is thinking the same thing I'm thinking. We've got to cover Skidmore. So they cover Skidmore over the top, which leaves the zone underneath him open. Run a route underneath him, clear out. Nice catch. Get upfield, gets the first down. And this is so far, they're past the 30, which is the first time East High's been past the 30, which I'm sure Coach Maples is like, all right, let's keep it going. 2 minutes, 10 seconds until the starters come back. But you know what? They may not come back. This drive keeps moving.
Wallets has the protection, cuts across the middle with it. Beautiful. Big hit, and there. Fumble! Picked up by the Blades. Another fumble. A double fumble picked up by the Patriots.
Wow.
Brian Adams on top of it. Thank you, Brian. They called him down. No double fumble. Just a fumble at midfield after the big hit. Scooped up again. Let's have our Volvo Rinse replay. Paul, walk us through this crazy play.
Right there, they run a slant. They had an isolation one-on-one on the backside.
Across the
big hit
fumbles.
there. All of a sudden, the ball's squirting out. We get a big pickup right here. He scoops to try to score offense, which we tried to teach the defense, and then another strip. But they're saying his knee was down right there. Very close
Jose
ball.
Salazar looked like he had the ball strip. The Blades on the move. Woolitz looks to cut up field. Woolitz is swallowed up and thrown down hard by Kevin Nodolf. Kevin Nodolf throws him down. Some first quarter special hellos. 1.5 left. First quarter special hellos to Seth Dameron. Seth Dameron, one of our BC Renegades, sitting behind us. Special hello to Buzz Greider, whose son Big Country plays for the East JV tonight. Tough loss, 20-17. Special hello to Octavio Patino, Dean of Students at East High School Bakersfield. Hello to the Octave. Thanks for letting me in here for free tonight, Octave. We're about to dip under the first minute mark of the football game here early. First quarter, Woolitz tries to get free. Looks like the line's trying to help him, but that play has to be run a little quicker, huh?
Yeah, that quarterback draw there, that quarterback draws, they've called it quite a few times already. And what's happening right now is the Liberty Patriots can just pin their ears back and come after him. And what they're doing is they're pinching and coming after him, because right now, you know, I'd like to see East High run some type of screen or something right here to keep those linemen from slowing down. Right now, they're just teeing off and bringing it.
3rd and 13, excellent point, Paul. Woolitz steps inside the pocket, tries to get free, needs some more blocking. Woolitz cuts upfield again. Oh, goodness. Woo! That was very close to a penalty. Not called, but as I hear Brian Adams in my ear saying, whoo, he's tough, boy, he's tough.
Not only is he tough, look how quick he is right here. Looks like the Patriots have an angle on him.
Right there.
And he just dips out and gets the corner. Most players wouldn't have got that corner.
Oh, look
But,
at this.
wow, that was close to a late hit. And here we go, we're lined up.
Well,
East High going for a field goal.
he's got the wind behind him. It's Kevin Barrett. It's going to be a 40-yarder. When I say the wind behind him, he's got a big wind behind him. It's up, and it is, oh! Hits the left field goal post, and it does not bounce through. Tough break, and I mean, that had some big leg on it, man. I don't know if our truck has that. Watch this, Kern County. This is a big boot right here. Look how high this is, Paul.
Oh, he's got it. It hits the top of the upright, the left upright, just a little wide left. Buffalo Bills know what I'm saying. Wide left, huh?
Florida State knows what
Wow,
you're saying.
Florida State, yeah, how many times Florida State lost left, right? But here we go, Liberty starting on the 20-yard line.
Well,
Campbell brings him out. Campbell's going to come up underneath center this time.
7 seconds left here in the first quarter. By all means, this should be the last play of the first quarter. Campbell, right behind quarterback. He pulls out, hands the ball to Vasquez. Vasquez brought down, and that will end the first quarter. What a great ball game we've got for you, exclusively on Bright House Networks. It's the high school football game of the week. The Liberty Patriots are up by 2 touchdowns. It's cold, it's rainy, it's wet, but it's high school football in Kern County. Back in a moment with the second quarter.
You're watching the high school football game of the week.
Tired of paying extra to call your friends across town? Introducing a new calling plan from Bright House Network's digital phone. It's called Unlimited California because it's the first local home phone service where, for one low price, you can call anytime, anywhere in California. So now, calling across the state is the same as calling across the street. Plus, great calling features are included. If you spend more than $30 a month on home phone service, check out Unlimited California. Phone service on your terms, not the phone company's.
Bright House, every day is easier thanks to high-speed internet that's so much faster than dial-up or standard DSL.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, who are they from?
Plus, there's a choice of speeds to meet your needs and your budget. Bright House Network's high-speed internet. See how bright life can be.
Well, right back, and here we go. Campbell throws a strike.
Welcome back, everybody. It's just the beginning of the second quarter. Campbell on a 2nd and 5, threw one across the middle and was dropped. And there's a good shot of our Volvo Rents booms there. We were on the far right one. It's getting a little nippy. I think I'll finally cover up my Bright House Polo and get into some winter garb. 3rd and 5. Campbell's going to get a chance to tantalize us. Byron Campbell. He has Ortiz and Pollard split to his right. Has 2 backs behind him. Maybe they'll just block for him. Campbell fakes, looks. Campbell wants to let it go. He fires it off to this side. It is a cannon, and it's caught out there by Pollard. Pollard brought down at about the 35-yard line. Paul, what do you think about this young quarterback's technique, his delivery, his footwork? Let's hear it.
Well, what we're seeing right here, Kern County, is a future Division I prospect right here. This kid right here, he steps up and throws a strike. I mean, if you want to see this, watch tomorrow on TV because this is how the quarterbacks on Saturday throw.
1st and 10. Patriots have already scored twice. Made it a 14-0 ball game. The Blades came back and almost put a 40-yarder through on a field goal, but just went wide left. We're underway in the second quarter. Campbell hands the ball off to Vasquez. Vasquez loses his footing and is brought down at the 35-yard line. Tony Haynes in the ball game. And Brian, I think that the 5 starters from East High School that didn't play in the first quarter are back on the field.
Strength, but is it going to be a case of too little, too late?
Well, let's see. We're just underway here in the second quarter. Let's see if these 5 starters from East High School can make a difference on the defensive side of the football. Well, look at this, everybody. Maybe, just maybe. There's the number 6, and guess what? We don't have a name for number 6. But it's Michael Smith. Fortunately, we know who Michael Smith is, and we were able to pick him out of a crowd. So Michael Smith, who just got moved to running back, Paul.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Jim Maples let us know right before the game. I asked him, and he goes, "Oh, press. Smith, you're going to see him at running back. He doesn't get to play the first quarter." But there it is, showing the true defensive end, one of the better defensive ends here in Kern County, Michael Smith. And he showed right there because I thought they had a huge bubble, and he took on 2 blockers and made a tackle.
Campbell in the shotgun, 3rd and 8. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Campbell takes the snap, looks, throws it across the middle. Excellent play out there. It was batted away by Carrillo.
Wow. East High running a cover 2. What they're doing is they'll run a man for about the first 6 yards. They'll press, and then they've got 2 safeties over the top. As you can see it right there in the Volvo Rinse replay. Gets a hand on it, makes a big tip, and then it's at the tip drill. Somebody should get to that. But you can see the starters are back in, and as you can see, Vance, Brian, I think those starters made a big difference. I don't know about on the field, but motivation-wise, it looks like the East High Blades are a little pumped up and playing a little better defense.
I think you're exactly right there, Paul.
4th and 8. Liberty will punt. It's a booming punt with the wind. Perfect spiral, and look at this, everybody. Ooh, it almost got held back, but a beautiful punt. Goodness gracious, man. That was Brandon Ossheimer, and with the win, let's just count it as a 70-yarder, a 70-yard punt.
Yeah, when the ball left his foot, it came off at about the 27, 28-yard line, and that's 70 yards, 70 yards plus. Even with the wind, even if it doesn't take that big bounce, it was a good 50 yards in the air. Big, strong kid, and he just let it go on that one. Good connection. So here it comes. Let's see what these Ty Blades can do now that their starters are back in on offense. And I imagine we'll see a little bit more running out of these Ty Blades.
1st and 10 Blades, 9:42 left in the half. Wolitz hands the ball off to Smith. Smith bowls his way for about 2 or 3 yards. Special hello to Pat Guerrero. Pat Guerrero, the Arvin High Bear, whose son Patrick Guerrero playing here for the Liberty Patriots. Must mention an Arvin High Bear. Second quarter, that means prognostications. That means predictions. We'll get to them in a few moments. Some more games taking place here in Kern County. 2nd and 9 for the Blades. Fumble! Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Patriots. Oh boy, could be a second quarter dagger. Oh boy.
Wow. That's Will Sutton, number 90 for the Liberty Patriots, comes up with the fumble there, and this is just not due to a hit. This is just a bad, man, they're trying to run that fly sweep where he comes down flat with that motion and time that motion, and it all comes off with the snap. You've got to time the snap, which I believe was timed right, but he's got to be a little tighter to his quarterback on that. And on the replay, you can see it, he hits it on the hip because he's trying to reach out to get it to him. Big, if Liberty comes back and capitalizes right now.
Here come the Patriots. They are in the neighborhood. They'll take this any day. Vasquez has all the room he needs on the left side. Touchdown, Liberty.
Well, I think it's coming back, though. We've got a holding call. I see a flag, and he's running to the white hat saying, here we go. We've got holding, Patriots. No wonder he got that corner so easy. I was thinking, man, they didn't flag football, he would have got in.
Well, the officiating crew has done a superb job early in the game already. They've been on top of everything, and again, they see it. But Brian, your point in my right ear is what?
Well, Vance, what's happening is when they go those trips to the right, it leaves the weak side open for a run. And with Vasquez's strength and size, as we saw earlier, you're going against the numbers. You have 4 blockers against 3 defenders, so they have a chance to run that all night long.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. From this view, Brian, I can see it even clearer than that. And I thought they were going to expose it sooner. And I'm sure the Liberty eye in the sky said the same thing. Now East High's adjusting a little bit more, but still the weak side has a big bubble.
One-on-one with your best receiver on the bottom of the screen.
1st and 16. Campbell hands the ball to Vasquez. Vasquez bulls up the middle. He's brought down about the 20-yard line, and I thought young Byron Campbell was going to be licking his chops on that 1st and 16 from about the 30-yard line, you know. Hey, Coach, give me a few shots at this.
Yeah, when we get a shot right here, I keep seeing Byron Campbell walk out as number 9. He's 6'3". He reminds me of a quarterback I used to coach at Fraser Mountain and then at Stockdale High, Dan Hoff, who was up at BC. He just wore number 9, walks like him and everything except for, Campbell's a little heavier.
Vasquez again has the ball, goes to the right side. Vasquez cuts up. Another holding call. Looks like the penalty is down. And from what I can see, it looks like going to be holding on the receiver. When it's that far out in the field, when it's that far out in the perimeter, it doesn't make it the hardest call to make. And there's 2 top officials right there in the city all over it.
Yeah. That's an easy call, and you're right. Oh, by the way, our officials tonight, the referee, Joe Nunez, umpire Jeff Rothermel, headline is John Spurrier, line judge is Paul Kaminsky, back judge is Bob Williams, and working the box tonight, not an easy job, Ernie Reyes. And thank you guys, doing a great job tonight.
Very special hello to John down there. He's a relative, Paul, he's a relative. 2nd and 9.
He's doing a great job, I'll tell you. These are good officials.
Byron Campbell has the I formation behind him. Sorry, 2nd and 14 after the hold. Campbell looks, wants to go to the corner, has a man, and it is broken up out there. Pass might have been either underthrown or just excellent coverage. Not sure exactly what. Looked like he had a lot of room behind him, though.
Yeah, that was great coverage. You got to give it to the defender there, and that's 22, Andre Smith. Andre Smith, a great running back, but he's also a heck of a good corner. I like the way this is twice he's impressed me. 2 games, not just 2 plays, but 2 games now. He's impressed me with his coverage ability, and they've got him matched up. Looks like they're matching him up with Ostheimer because Ostheimer's their good go-to receiver also. So they're matching size with size.
3rd and 14 for the Patriots. Under 8 minutes left in the first half. Campbell from the shotgun takes the snap. Campbell hands to Vasquez. Has a hole up the middle. Vasquez met at the line. Look at this. The Blades hold him. That'll bring up the field goal team. Field goal unit, I should say, for the Patriots. A good hold for the Blades.
Very good hold and very important. You can't afford to go down 21-0 in the first half, right now. And the fact is there's not 3 points up there yet. And when you're kicking in high school and it's Friday the 13th, anything can happen.
Brian Adams, were you impressed with the Blade defense as much as you were unimpressed with that Liberty drive?
Well, Vance, I think you got to give the Blade defense credit for one, capitalizing on a mistake.
Fake!
You see a fake right there.
Look at this. This didn't work.
And great defense, great recognition. That's good special teams play right there. And that's Andre Smith on the spot. So he's a good defender, good offensive player, and special teams. But I think, Vance, we talk about that series. You had the 2 holding calls that took it away. I just think that really, like you said, we talked about, it just wasn't a good, well-executed series. And those tiny mistakes, as Paul knows, can turn the momentum and get the other team going.
Thank you, Brian. We see that fake field goal attempt, and nothing really ever came of that. And that was Holder trying to get the first down. Didn't happen. 7:06 left in the first half. Here come the Blades. They've got some running room. Cuts upfield, flag on the play. So, if anything, these referees have been very consistent when they make these calls, Paul. They're not going to let it happen on that line of scrimmage.
Well, no, especially when it's way out past the hash marks and you're holding.
Right.
I do have my glasses on, but we're all the way across the field and down the field, and I could see that one. Young men, those of you that play Golden Empire, if you're out there and you're blocking, okay, you cannot put your hands on the back or grab jersey. I mean, that's an easy call for these officials.
Harrison Linsky, Austin Charles, some of our Golden Empire superstar football players out there. Harrison Linsky and Austin Charles. Listen to Paul Press and Brian Adams. Tough running play up the middle on a 1st and 14. And looks like the second quarter hit. There's some hitting going out there. Speaking of the second quarter, to all of our Bright House Network faithful, I know what you always like to hear is how smart Paul and Brian are. Last week I made a few predictions and somebody said, man, Vance, you never make predictions. How'd you like Mike Garces over BHS by 3? Not a bad one. Here we go. Second quarter prognostications. Paul, you'll be first. I'd like to hear you cover the big game, Bakersfield High School at Golden Valley. 2nd and 11, can't get outside. Great defense by the Liberty Patriots. Paul Press. Bakersfield High School, up and down. Golden Valley, all up.
I really like the coaches, Coach Golan, Coach Scritchfield, Coach Tobias at BHS, and please don't hate me, but I think they've got a handful tonight with Golden Valley. Coach Hartnett's got those Golden Valley guys playing well. Golden Valley by 7.
Paul Press says Golden Valley by 7. All right. 3rd and 11. Brian Adams, you have the bigger game tonight involving Taft and Shafter. Look at this, pass play by the Blades, and it's incomplete. And that crowd noise you hear, and that team noise you hear, and those coaches you hear are ecstatic about that big hit on Ryan Skidmore. I'm going to turn it right down to our expert receiver on the field, Brian Adams. Brian?
What you have right there is not recognizing the coverage. He runs a man route against the zone. When you see that zone coverage, they're playing soft. You want to hook it up in the middle and stop and use your size to catch the ball and keep the chains moving.
Well, and that's exactly right. The chains did not move. 4th and 11. Skidmore to punt, and now he's punting into this wind. And look at this. He takes it at the 45-yard line. He's got room, everybody. He's got room. He's 1 or 2 moves away from a run back. Will he get it? He's brought down at the 15-yard line, but wow. Chris Neal took it a little bit on a gamble, had a defender right in his face. He took it, made a couple moves, and whoa, look at the end of this play. He almost scored, Paul.
Yeah, right here, they get some good blocking. He makes a couple people miss. He cuts it back right there, and now I thought that was a key block to skin him. But right there, Skidmore gets blocked out, and that's their last resort, but these type guys hustle back. This is a very short field, though. It looks like Liberty Patriots have it on the 15-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10. Campbell looks things over, has Vasquez right behind him, sends Harrington in motion. Campbell hands to Vasquez. Vasquez up the middle. Touchdown, Liberty. Well, they've got Big Byron Campbell, Big Campus Byron, but right now, when you have somebody like Vasquez plowing ahead, you know, what are you going to do? How do you not go to him, Paul Press?
Well, East High's got to figure out a way to slide their defensive line because they're getting pounded on the weak side of the backside, and they keep doing that. They keep coming to the backside, and they've got a mismatch. And they go, you know, he makes one guy miss, and it's a touchdown. So, you know, East High coaches have got to let the coaches on the field know, hey, we're getting a mismatch on the backside. That's going to be there all night. And why throw it in the air when you can hand it off and continue to push? And I tell you, Liberty High Patriots, their offensive line is really taking it to these guys. They're very aggressive linemen. And, you know, their legs, I mean, their calves and their thighs on these linemen, they're walking down in front of us right now on the sideline. They've got some hefty legs, and that's, you know, that's what you want your linemen to have. They stay low, and they just drive and use those legs, and you can tell these kids have been in the weight room.
Well, that's Casey Sorrell, Trevor Goldberg, Tyler Ward, Matt Legro. We've mentioned their names a couple times already, but you can see what I like to see is their tight unit. They're all together talking about things. 5:05 left in this first half. It's Liberty 21, East High nothing. Brian Adams, front page of the sports section today. Taft, 5-1 at Shafter, 6-0. Mickey Pauley, top-rated quarterback. Taft, always tough. Brian Adams.
I'm going with the Shafter Generals, and that's for my buddy Robert Kilgore. Robert, that's your Shafter pick.
Oh, a name-dropping pick for Brian Adams. I love it. That is going to be a great football game tonight. Taft at Shafter. Well, the offensive line barking at their kickoff team. A hard shot taken at the 30-yard line. Look at this, everybody. East High gets it up to about the 37-yard line. Very good play up there by Jose Salazar. He took a knuckleballer that was screaming at him, scooped it, took it about the 25-yard, only got 10 yards for it. Well, 4:59 left in this very cold first half. Another special hello out there. Gary Toski, Ronnie Lair, I know you're watching. Arnold Charles, I know you're watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Bright House Network's exclusive coverage of the high school football game of the week. In part, brought to you by Volvo Rents and Barber Honda, the player of the game. Who will it be? Look at this. Here come the East High Blades. Tony Haynes. Tony Haynes bringing it to the right side. Tony Haynes, one of my favorite runners, one of my favorite guys here in the city.
Yeah, he's a great football player. Good young man, plays hard, you know, does what the coaches ask him to do. Right now, if I'm East High, I'm looking up there and I'm going, all right, 21-0. We need to put 7 points up here with 4:32 left. I don't want to say it's a must-score drive, but it's as close as it can be a must-score in the first half.
2nd and 6 for the Blades. The ball up the middle. Smith running hard, and he's hit hard, and he's met at midfield, and he'll be brought down at about the 49-yard line. Tonight, a bye game for the Garces Rams, but they're behind us sitting here. Look at this. The Lumberjacks sitting behind us. Jack Campbell, Stephen McDermott, Barber Honda player of the game a few weeks ago at that big BHS Garces game. So kind of a celebrity bye week over here at the on the Liberty side of the football field here. 1st and 10. Blades picked up a first down. Chilly night up here on the east side. Woolitz keeps, cuts up the middle. Woolitz brought down at the 45-yard line. A nice 5-yard game. Paul Press, another Week 7 prediction. Huh. Well, let me pick this one for you, Paul. Three and three teams. Arvin at Tehachapi.
At Tehachapi?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the home team on that one because
Brian,
they're up in
hold
that
it, Brian,
mountain.
don't jump on the bandwagon and
Up
sag my
on
Bears.
the mountains, hard to play. I've coached up there, and it's tough to play Tehachapi, especially with this weather. If it's rainy and windy up there, Arvin likes to throw the ball. It's going to be tough for them up there.
Paul Press going against my Bears. Brian Adams going against my Bears. But you know what? You make a good point. No matter who's up there.
Yeah.
And then with this weather,
Yeah. That's
man.
tough to do up there.
Talk about tough. Haynes gets a big 12 to 13-yard run, and it's pulled back on a holding call. So, oh boy, some of the other matchups tonight. There's some teams that are struggling this year, not having their most productive season.
How about those Fraser Mountain, huh? Fraser Mountain, a little love for Fraser Mountain people up there.
Bishop 3-2 at Fraser Mountain 5-0. Brian Adams. You guys, you know what?
Hey, I got to give those Falcons some love.
Blades, Woolitz, looking. Woolitz cuts upfield, looking for territory. Can't get it. Another big hit out there by Nick Harrington. You know, we've had these Harrington names on Bright House Networks for a while. They are really bringing it.
Yeah, and here it is, 2:45, and East High's going backwards now, 3rd and forever. Looks like 3rd and 20. And, you know, needing a score right now, 21-0, you know, darn it. They look like East High had it going here and then a few penalties, and now they're going empty backfield, trips to the left, 2 receivers stacked on the right.
3rd and 19 for the Blades, 2:20 left in this first half. Woolitz looks, guns it out to the right side. He's got his man, can he get the first down? Wow, well, I don't think they're going to pick up that first down.
No, but they're going to go for it here.
All right, 4th down, they're going to go for it. We hear a 7-7 score, Golden Valley BHS in the early goings in the first half, 7-7.
What's Brian Adams think of the BHS Golden Valley game?
All right, you know what? I can allow prognostications to go sideways. Brian Adams, Golden Valley, hosting your Drillers. You know what, Paul? In all fairness,
rolling with the Bulldogs, guys.
in all fairness, to your last best game of the season, Brian picked Golden Valley, so I must say that. Woolitz, again, throws out to the right side, caught out there by Acosta.
It is going to be close.
Oh, man. And this is a big first down if they get it. Patriots say no. Blades say yes.
Wow. I think that tackle was a solid tackle. If he leans forward right here.
Well, it's right at the marker. But that might not make a difference. Brian, they're going to make a measurement here. So let's just say the Blades get it. They're going to keep going into this win. They got to get in the end zone in $1:29. The Patriots get it. What do you say? Here comes the measurement.
Well, I think they need to do what we saw West High do last week, and that's take a chance and go downfield with it and take advantage of the wind behind your back. Because you got one of the best quarterbacks in the area with his arm. Take advantage and see if you can't put one more on the board and go up 28-0.
Let's see. Liberty holds them. It's not a first down. Let's see what happens. Brian says that Big Campus Byron should throw in deep here. What do you say, Paul?
You know, I have to agree with my boy Brian Adams.
Your boy.
You know, if you have a chance to put a nail in a coffin against East High, you try to put the nail in the coffin. And I'm not saying they're driving it down, but if they score here and put it 28-0, man, that's hard to come back even with this East High Blades as talented as they are. You know, Liberty is talent, and these kids are playing hard. And here they go.
Here we go. Well, split way right is Ossheimer. And at the top of your screen, he's got a couple of different targets. Campbell in the shotgun, 129 left. Campbell calls it. He wants to drop back. He wants to go deep. Campbell fires this one over to the right side, throw him behind the intended receiver, and stops the clock, makes it a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Another second quarter prognostication, another prediction, another guess at what might happen tonight here in Kern County. Bryan Adams, Bakersfield Christian, starting to put their name on the Kern County map. They go out to play an old school with a lot of history. Bakersfield Christian 3-3 at the Wasco Tigers.
Vance, I'm going to go on that one. Wasco Tigers.
Wasco will keep Bakersfield Christian from getting their first SSL win, according to Bryan Adams. 2nd and 10. Campbell directly behind center. Campbell drops back. Campbell wants to throw to the corner. Campbell overthrows. Double teamed out there was Chad Pollard. There's 2 guys covering 1 guy. Hard to make that happen, Paul.
Yeah, East High had under what we call under-over coverage there. You can't, and Campbell will realize this later on, unless they had a single receiver route going. I don't know why they would call a single receiver route at this stage of the ball game. But if you recognize that, you've got to learn to check down and go underneath that, especially if the underneath carries it over the top like he did.
3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Harrington, Vasquez behind Campbell. Alzheimer, Pollard split to the right. Harrington goes in motion. Campbell fakes, draw play. Vasquez has a lot of room. Vasquez cannot break through. Gets to about the 49-yard line, but I think that's going to be a first down. I think it's going to make it, or will it make it? 4th down. They didn't get it. 4th and inches. 4th and inches here.
Yeah, no hesitation on Coach Provençal. He said, huddle up, here we go. It's 4th and less than a yard. And Campbell he's got to be his dad said 215, 220. He looks a good solid 220 to me. And just a hair short of 6'4". I don't even hand this ball off. I tell him, get up there, everybody big push. And, this big line, they were barking below us. It was earlier.
Well,
so
there he
they're
is.
letting it run down, and maybe they're just willing to go with 21-0. So they didn't want to give the East High Blades a chance, and now they're going to punt it away.
Well, Big Campus Byron won't let it fly here. And we will go into the halftime with the Blades in possession of this football with 16 seconds left. Brandon Alzheimer is the punter for the Patriots, and he'll put this ball up into the wind. And Chad Provençal will allow this Liberty Patriot offense to kind of catch their breath, see what happens.
I would like to see Coach Provençal get the first down and take a few more shots.
Here's the snap, the punt, it's up. What kind of bounce will it take? It takes a funky bounce, and with 6 seconds left, let's see if Jim Maples makes any attempt to put this ball up in the air and make a run for it. He might just take a knee. You are watching the high school football game of the week, and it's an exclusive coverage by Bright House Networks Bakersfield. We are so happy to have you with you. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Paul Press up in the Volvo Rents boom with me tonight. Bryan Adams on the field. Zach is directing it with his top-notch crew. And week 7, we've had some great ball games. There we are, everybody. For those of you watching, Paul, give him a wave. Move that. There's Paul's hand right there. We're on the orange one. Steve's up there on the Cadillac above us, and it's chilly. 6 seconds. Wallets wants to do something. Wallets launches it up there. Skidmore, not caught, and that'll do it. It's halftime. Liberty 21, East High 0. We appreciate you being with us. Don't go anywhere. We've got an excellent second half coming up for you as we see the Liberty cheerleaders. Let's go down to Bryan Adams. He's got head coach Chad Provençal. Bryan.
Well, Chad, first half come out 21-0. I think you guys did a good job of taking advantage of those guys not playing the first quarter. Talk to me a little bit about your first half.
Well, it's good, like you said. Their big gun, Andre Smith, didn't play the first quarter, for whatever reason. But even when he got in there, it looks like he's hobbled up a little bit. So I don't know if it's for an injury or whatever. But well, it looks like I think we're playing efficient, but I don't think we're not playing the best football we can. It's more with East High not playing very well at all, which is surprising to me.
Well, I know one thing that you guys have had throughout your career here is a solid defense, and once again, your defense doing the job. What are you going to look for in the second half from your offense?
Well, I think we're playing solid ball, but like I said, I'm going to be telling the kids I'm waiting for the East High that we've been seeing on film to show up, because that's not the team out there that we saw on film a couple times. So if they want to keep being like that, we'll just go ahead and take this thing. But we're going to expect them to battle second half.
All right, well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you, Brian. Paul Press, your first half thoughts.
Well, I hope the young men of East High learned a lesson this week. I think it hurt them not being in there the first quarter, having those starters. I give kudos to Coach Maples. It's not an easy thing to do as a head coach. You want to win. You desperately want to win. It's an important game. But high school football is all about life lessons. And I think Coach Maples, in the long run, is teaching these young men what it's all about in team spirit. So, kudos to him. They need to get going in the second half, though.
Appreciate that, Paul. When we come back, it will be the East High Marching Band. We are up on the East Side. It's a chilly night, Friday the 13th. Hope you're all feeling very lucky. 21-0 Liberties. Back in a moment.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
Honda is a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm up here on the Volvo Rents Boom, and it's a special time. It's halftime. We get to enjoy the East High School Blade Marching Band. Listen in and enjoy.
phone and internet are all set.
Thank you. When you live in a Bright House, every day is easier.
I'll just follow the TV.
Good idea. Because there's only one number to call. And when you combine your digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital phone with the Digital Combo Plus, there's only one bill to pay. Save time, save money, and simplify your life with the Digital Combo Plus. See how bright life can be.
Honda is a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Welcome back, everybody. Bright House Network's exclusive coverage of the high school football game of the week only on Bright House Networks. This is Vance Palm alongside Paul Press. Brian Adams on the field. I'd like to thank Barber Honda for our Barber Honda Player of the Game sponsorship and our Volvo Rent. Second half, we're about 15 feet higher up, so equally. Look at this. The Blades kick with the wind, and Liberty will take it at their own 20-yard line. Well, Paul Press, you got our Volvo Rents boom up here a little higher. There's my hand, everybody, just to kind of show you how high up we are now. We finally got up here to Steve. Hey, good. Steve, hand over the food.
As Vance Palm is hitting up one of our camera guys, Steve, for food, since we're up here beside him. It's interesting, Vance, talking to Brian Adams at halftime and stuff. I think the Patriots are going to come out and let Big Campbell throw the ball here.
Big Campus Byron.
Big Campus Byron Campbell.
First and 10. Well, first pitch goes out to Vasquez. Vasquez tries to find a hole on the right side. He's brought down. I was having breakfast the other day at my favorite spot in Delano. I won't give you the name of it, but it rhymes with Kirko's, and it's a little breakfast spot that I have there, and I happened to bump into one of the Liberty parents who was giving me kind of a little bit of a hard time of the nickname of Lumberjack Campbell. And I said, you know what? These nicknames just kind of pop up, like Big Campus Byron. Well, that's his initials, BC, Big Campus. He's got two receivers split way left, so Campbell might go to the air here on 2nd and 7. Drops straight back, lobs it over the middle, and it will not be caught. Not the best effort as the big fella in there, Richie Herrera, maybe cut that a little too tight, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know why maybe it was designed for him to go right at the safety. I'd like to see him keep it a little straighter and not bend it, get it outside instead of running right into coverage, and get out to the outside instead of, run on the outside of the hash, not into the safety there. And that, I really like it, even though Campbell, big Campus Campbell, he's a big kid, but he really looks good when they roll him out and let him create.
Could be now, 3rd and 7, has Vasquez standing right next to him in the backfield, goes for the hard count, doesn't get it, hands to Vasquez. Vasquez trying to get outside, East High School, nice defense out there, and that gets that Blade crowd clapping and the team on the east side clapping. And, well, Byron Campbell, Jack Campbell, two cousins here in the city. Fathers have the same names. A lot of rivalry between the two, and they play in a couple of weeks. Garces and Liberty play in a few weeks, so that ought to be an interesting familial game there. But, Brian, I hear you in my ears saying just far too conservative that time by the Liberty Patriots.
Vance, I really think that. I think you got a chance, like Paul said, to put a nail in the coffin. You get the ball to start the half, take a chance. I know they're doing the one pass route, but I just think they got to open their playbook up a little bit and give Byron Campbell a chance to use his arm and really separate in this game.
Well, Chad Provençal, head coach for Liberty, talked with Brian right at the end of the half, and he said, hey, listen, we're waiting for that East High School team that we see on film to show up. Let's see, Paul.
Well, I wouldn't wait for them to show up. I'd try to put the nail in the coffin. If you know they're coming, why wait for them to come?
Well, here they come.
Go after them.
I'm
Use
with
the
you
time
on that,
in the
Paul.
first half. In the first opening drive, I would have been pretty creative and get my big quarterback, who, in my opinion, is the best one in the county.
Wolitz hands the ball up the middle. Look at this big run. Wow, first down just like that. Smith right up the middle, little pylon at the end, but not until Smith picks up a first down with some big running. It's probably about 9-yard gain. They're calling it second. Ooh, that was close. Close to a first down, but a nice charge right out of the gate there for the Blades, Paul.
Yeah, great play as we see Baker Smith running right here. He's a load, man. He's a big kid and runs hard. And here we go, momentum. High school football's momentum.
Second and
big stop.
Sorry, Paul. 2nd and 2. Wolitz looks back at Smith and says, "Are we sure we're talking about the same thing here?" Smith joined in the backfield with Haynes. Wolitz hands the ball to Smith. Smith cuts up. Nice hit out there at the line of scrimmage, but too late. First down, East High School. Nice run again out there by Smith.
Yeah, big kid running hard. Nick Harrington, number 40, the linebacker, looks like a defensive captain. He calls the defensive plays, comes up and makes a big hit, but after the first down, here we go. East High's moving the change, so they get a stop right before half. Now they get a stop to start the second half, and their offense is going now.
Drillers up 14-7, we hear. Score, Drillers over Golden Valley, 14-7. Haynes gets some nice running room on the right side. Haynes plows up to the 30-yard line. Right now, Coach Maples keeping it on the ground, letting these guys grind it out. We haven't seen a real mix it up, get it on struggle in the trenches yet tonight, Paul.
No, we haven't. We've seen two teams here, both offense. I've been impressed with the offensive linemen on both sides of the ball. East High offensive lineman right now saying, "Hey, Coach Press, Bright House, look at us." We talked about Liberty linemen, look at us.
1st and 10, East High School. Great point, Paul. Split way left for the Blades is John Everett. Wolitz wants to look, has Everett open, decides to keep it. Oh boy, John Everett, number 1 for the Blades, had put a doozy of a move out there on Eric Letourneau, and he had him deep in the corner, the left part of your screen up there, but Wolitz couldn't get to him. We won't see it from this angle, but Wolitz runs out of time and has to get out of there.
Right there, he feels the pressure, and sure enough, there was pressure. He just half a second more, probably would have been the East High Blades touchdown.
2nd and 7, 8:24 left in this third quarter. We're basically just underway in the second half. Wolitz hands the ball to Smith. He's met hard and heavy by who else? Number 40, Nick Harrington. Nick Harrington, and I hate to use this cliche, has been all over the place, but Brian, Paul, Nick Harrington has been all over the place.
Yeah, Nick Harrington saying, "Hey, I know there's a lot of good linebackers out there, but all of a sudden, hey, I'm Nick Harrington and I'm here to play." And Nick, you are playing a great game right now.
Man, oh man. 3rd and 7 for the Blades. Wolitz back there by himself. Skidmore has Smith and Smith with him. Wolitz in trouble, looking for room. Wolitz does not have room. Fires it out there. Will it be a penalty flag? It will not. Ball was uncatchable. That's going to bring up 4th down. And they're in very interesting field position right now, Paul.
That's a great way to put it. Interesting. This is a coach's, do I go, do I not? If you punt it, they probably get the ball back at the 20 if it goes in the end zone. It's a little far out for a field goal. So Coach Maples says, "Hey guys, let's go for it. We're down 21-0. We still have plenty of time. I've got confidence in you." And here we go. Trips right.
Whoa, here we
receivers
go.
Left, empty backfield.
Big play, 4th and 7, 7.5 left in the third quarter. Wolitz from the shotgun. Look out, the pressure's coming. Wolitz throws it, has a man. It's caught. First down and a penalty flag. Wolitz might have gotten hit after he threw the football. Let's see, and it is holding East. Wow, every big play East has had has come back with the dreaded hold, and I don't know where it would have been, but wow. Well, we'll pull it back. Now this makes it 4th and longer, and head coach Jim Maples for the Blades.
Well, You know, if I'm Coach Maples, I know his thing is, hey, we're 21 down to the Patriots, Liberty Patriots. But in this area, I might even punt this. I mean, you're back far enough now. You pin Liberty back inside the 10, and then, you know, that's a long field. And then you get the ball back here in a few minutes, and you know, with a fresh set of downs. Well, they're going for it.
Dangerous position for the Blades. Woolitz takes the snap. Woolitz in big trouble. Woolitz drug down. Fumble! They say he's down. So that does not pay off. The line crumbles down, a sack, and now midfield, first down for the Liberty Patriots. A quick correction. We were misinformed. Golden Valley 14, BHS 7. Golden Valley 14, BHS 7.
Wow.
Hodges, I guess, broke a 65-yard one off. First and 10 for the Liberty Patriots. And probably should be starting this drive back on their 10 or 15-yard line. Instead, they're at the 45-yard line. Campbell, behind center, will drop straight back, throws across the middle. It's complete out there. Nice catch. Richie Herrera. Campbell just picks and chooses now, has so many options and a great running game to use with that arsenal that he can kind of have his choice of where to throw it, Paul.
Yeah, and it's a great play call right here because, you know, they run the ball. You see it right there, and they just hit a seam route. They release the tight end tight right there. Just take it up, run about 4 yards, look over your shoulder, grab it. And, you know, Brian Adams saying all day long, you're right, Brian, I'm looking up here, and I've been seeing it right there because the linebackers from these ties have to fly to try to stop this run.
Look at this great camera shot from one of our Volvo Rents booms right on top of the action. First and 10 for Liberty. Vasquez has the ball up the middle. A nice piece of crafty running and then strong running at the end. Brian, I was having a discussion today with a couple of BHS drillers, and your name came up, and they said, man, that cat was fast.
The key word was, is that yeah, I could put him up and put him down a little bit.
Man, oh man. Brian Adams at a much more leisurely 18-hole pace now. Campbell, right behind center. Big campus Byron. Had a couple of nice tosses tonight already. Hands the ball out to Vasquez again. That seems to be the recipe tonight right now. Just grind him down, grind him down, grind him down. Second at about 8 or second at about 9.
Yeah, I'm just watching the composure of Campbell. He's a junior. He's walking around on the field like he's a second-year senior. Calm, collective. I'm telling you, right, look at this quarterback. He takes it, hustles out. Kern County, take a good look at a young man because you're going to see him in about 2 years on a Saturday afternoon, maybe 3 years if he goes into a program where he doesn't play his freshman year. But this kid is the real deal. If you're looking at a quarterback for Division I, you're looking at him, Kern County, right there, number 9.
Second and 8. He's got 3 receivers split to the left. Vasquez right back there with him blocking. Campbell wants to go to the end zone. No, it's a screenplay. Campbell hit hard. So as we are waxing eloquence and dispersing of superlatives on Big Campus Byron, he gets thrown to the grass. Big loss. Great pursuit. Great.
Guys, we see it right here. Look, they're setting up a screen. He goes to throw it and has the presence of mind because one of East High's defenders was out there. His running back's supposed to go around, count 1,001, 1,000, turn around and look for the ball. His running back never looked for the ball. Campbell pulls it back down, takes the smart one, takes the loss, but does not throw an interception. Looks bad on camera. Those of us that know football, he did the right choice there. That was a smart thing. Doesn't like getting hit, but he did do what he had to do.
Third and very long, 23. Third and 23. Campbell from the shotgun, drops back. Campbell looks, wants to air this one out. He's lobbed it up there hard and heavy, and it is just over the outstretched hands of Jeff Ortiz. On plays like this, we always go to Brian, but now that he's standing right on top of it, I really want to go to Brian. Brian?
Well, Paul and I talked about this throughout the year, throughout the few years we've been together now. A lot of times receivers have a tendency to want to put their hands up and reach for the ball as opposed to running through. You just run as hard as you can on a fly route and let the quarterback put the ball out there and make you right. And right there, those hands go up, slows you down, head goes back, and you put your head down, pump your arm, then you have a chance to dive and make a big-time play.
Basically, get out there first. 4th and 23, Patriots will punt. It's going to be angled towards the corner. Might have an opportunity here for a Blade to pick it up. And the ball bounces out right at the feet. Hey, whoa, Brian Adams. There he is, everybody. Well, the Blades stave off another push to the end zone by the Liberty Patriots, and now they'll take over. It'll be 1st and 10 at about their own 10-yard line. Third quarter special hellos out there, Paul. Any special hellos for you in the third quarter out there in Kern County?
Special hello to all my students at Chipman Junior High.
Hey,
they did a great job. I have to give my students a pat on the back. They were fabulous this week. They studied hard. They did very well on their tests yesterday and today.
That's what I want to hear, Pablo. Carrillo with the end around. Carrillo has some room. Just can't get outside Matt Akers. Akers drops him down. This coming Sunday, Paul, October 15th, I will be escorting a very large group up to Altamont Speedway, Northern California, the final points race of the NASCAR AutoZone Grand National West Division.
Well, who are you going to be watching?
There's a driver by the name of Mike Duncan in the Lucas Oil Green Frog Roasting Company car that's racing for the 3rd straight championship of his career. Wow. The Blades, 2nd and 4. Smith gets the ball. He's met hard and heavy at about the 17.5 yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 2.5 here. And it's not as if the Blades don't have the talent, don't have the skill, don't have the heart. They've had a couple of tough knocks. We had them East Centennial up at Bakersfield College. Remember that game, fellas? What a barn burner that was down to the very end. And in talking with head coach Jim Maples before this football game started, I don't think it's a secret to anyone that's watched our games. We're friends with all these coaches. And in talking to Jim, one of my favorite cats on the planet, he said, hey, Vance, this is what coaching's all about. It's more about life. It's what you talk about, Paul. It's more about right decisions. Maples has his quarterback, Woolitz, throws to Skidmore. Oh, goodness. A collective because that is such an uncharacteristic drop by everything Ryan Skidmore. Doggone it.
Yeah, even at that tall 6'6" frame right here, you see Skidmore reaches as high as he can right there. Just kind of scores through his hand. Number 24 there from Liberty. He's going, oh, no.
Well, that's Eric Letourneau. He didn't think Skidmore would drop it either. Great athlete, great hands, and I know he wishes he had another shot at that one, and now he's got to stand back there, get poised, get composed, and boot this ball. Not as much of a win now. It seems to be a neutral win. Skidmore picks it up, gets rid of it. Barely. It was deflected, and now it's going to be caught and taken down by number 58. That's Dustin Lay's shot, and he's in the right place at the right time as it covers it up. And now, Big Campus Byron and that Liberty offense have 32 yards to get to the end zone. So might we see a couple strikes here?
Yeah, maybe. They'll probably come out and run it on first down here. But Letourneau, I believe it's a brother, Andrew Letourneau, number 4 for the Liberty Patriots. I like to say good luck. He's going to be done. He got cleared. He'll be back. He broke his ankle earlier in the season, but he gets to come back this next week. So hopefully he gets back on the field.
1st and 10. I formation for the Patriots. Campbell hands the ball up to middle. Harrington dropped down about the 27-yard line. Well, 2.5 left in the third quarter. The Patriots poised to get into the end zone, and it looks, as far as scenarios, 2nd and about 6. If they were going to try to strike, it'd be right now, Brian. It'd be right now, 2nd and 6. Let's see. Reaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Campbell surveying the defense, looking at it, might go to the corner, has the I formation behind him. Harrington and Vasquez. Campbell hands to Vasquez. Vasquez can't get outside. He's going to be no, he's not! For a moment there, it looked like he was going to be brought down by 2 Blades, but he continues to battle. First down, Liberty.
Yeah, young James Zontek, only a sophomore, 310-pound, playing the defensive tackle, reaches over, as we can see the replay here. Zontek has a hand on him, but Vasquez keeps the legs churning and runs out of his grasp. Right there, you see Vasquez, Zontek, 76, big kid, sophomore, has one hand on him and tries to hold him up. But the problem was, Where were the linebackers? Your defensive tackle holds him up for a minute. You guys got to swarm and get there.
We have a timeout on the field, and it's officials timeout. That gives me a chance to remind all of our Bright House Network viewers, big fall stuff right now. The Bakersfield Condors are starting here very shortly. The Bakersfield Jam, Cal State University Bakersfield basketball on a tank full. Woo! A lot going on, Bright House Networks. And, of course, Damage TV. Campbell bootlegs it, goes to the left, fires across the middle, and it is, just a little too low. And Big Campus Byron giving his lineman a word, saying, hey, fellas, flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Don't know what the call is exactly yet. Haven't heard it. Oh, it's going to be against the Liberty Patriots. We just had an update. Golden Valley 17, BHS 7. 17-7. 1:17 left in the third quarter, Paul.
Well, we see on that last play there, it's being marked back because of a holding on the Liberty offense. But Campbell rolls around, scrambles around, buys some time. And from my vantage point, I was thinking, woo, what a risky throw. But he threads it through and almost makes the perfect throw into Ostheimer there, cutting across about 2 yards deep in the end zone. But here we go, I formation.
1st and 20 for the Patriots. Campbell looks off to the right. Delayed call, hands the ball to Harrington. Harrington gets outside. Harrington makes a move, a stiff arm, and he's brought down at about the 22-yard line. Nothing like having your super tough linebacker going toe-to-toe, face mask to face mask with 2 or 3 defenders as he carries the ball. Pretty versatile cat.
Yeah, right here. I'd really like to see what Harrington's marks are in the weight room because he looks very, very strong.
Nice play by the defense out there.
I'd like to see what he squats and cleans because he plays very strong. He's got good football strength. I see him drive through with his hips and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Nick Harrington, the 5'11", 220-pound senior. We've been covering him for a while here. Brian Adams in my ear saying, watch for the fade to the corner. Well, Big Campus Byron looks, throws a fade to the corner, and it is caught. Oh, my goodness. From the lights, everybody, I thought he had it, and then it squirted out the back. I thought he made that catch. He did not. That was intended out there, of course, for number 2, Brandon Ostheimer. And Paul, I just assumed that he caught it. Perfect pass by Big Campus.
Yeah, if he throws this ball, that's a strike. Strike 3 should be East High out. And Campbell Ostheimer upset with himself there. Usually a sure-handed receiver. And he knows he should have had that one pulled in. And I'm sure Campbell will give him a hard time about it later.
Timeout, Liberty High School. Coach Provençal just tells his team, stay out there. Everybody just stay out there. You know, one of the things that always gets discussed when you have quarterbacks that put the ball on the money, make it happen. Hey, the other side of it is got to be grabbed. But there's a lot of technique, there's a lot of style to it, not everybody is Freddie Bolitnikoff that can just snag stuff out of the air. A lot of drills, a lot of elemental things that go into catching a football.
Yeah, and as I told the quarterbacks, be careful because how many times have you thrown the ball and it's not been perfectly there? And these receivers have saved you and gave you some yards because they scooped it off their toes.
Goes both ways.
Made a great, spectacular catch with one-handed catch going over the middle and gets laid out because you laid him out. Brian Adams could touch on that more.
All right, well then let me throw this at you. Very rarely, and I mean very rarely, guys, do we ever step out of the element that we're in. But quickly, let's touch. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's watch this big play here, and depending on what happens, I'd like to ask you both something that very rarely I do, but I will. Here we go. 3rd and 15. 22 seconds left in this third quarter. Byron Campbell has Harrington and Vasquez behind him. 3rd and 15. Campbell goes to his right, has the time. It's going to be a screen play. Harrington catches it at the 22-yard line. Harrington shakes off tackles. Nice play out there by none other than Tony Haynes. So that'll bring up a 4th and I think about 9, 4th and about 7 or 8. Let's see. But that's the last play of the third quarter. When we come back, it'll be our final quarter. 21-0 right now. Liberty leading the East High Blades. You're watching Bright House Network's exclusive high school coverage game of the week. We'll be back in a moment with the fourth quarter.
Do all your friends and family live in California, or are they spread out across the country? Either way, we have a calling plan to meet your needs. Choose unlimited nationwide and call anytime, anywhere in the U.S. and Puerto Rico for one low price. Or choose our new unlimited California plan and call anywhere in the state for one low price. Either way, we make it easy. Bright House Networks digital phone. Home phone service on your terms, not the phone company's.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
First play of the fourth quarter, 4th and 8. Campbell drops straight back. Campbell guns it, and it is dropped out there. This time it was dropped by Jeff Ortiz, so Big Campus Byron not getting much help right now from his receivers. Well,
Wow.
did not pick up the first down, Paul.
Well, I'm a little confused, and I'm not going to second guess Coach Provençal here in his decision making, or Coach Maples, because I'm not in film sessions. I'm not there all week in practice, and people need to understand that. I don't know what their kicking situation, field goal situation is. If you have a field goal kicker that can kick this far, which I believe they do, he's got a strong leg, I would have definitely tried to get 3 points out of this and go 4 scores up. I mean, 3 touchdowns are doable. 3 touchdowns and a field goal, it's a little bit more.
Great point as far as, well, we have a timeout on the field. East High, Jim Maples calls this timeout, wants to talk to his offense. Hey, guess what? That gives me a chance to ask Brian and Paul what I was going to ask him. And in the art of full disclosure, I did not prep you during the quarter break, didn't tell you. Let me run this at you two fellas and see what you think. We've been talking receivers, talking quarterbacks, so it popped into my head. Terrell Owens. Very rarely do we ever get out of the element of high school football, and sometimes we'll talk about some college games, UCLA here and there, but Terrell Owens, Dallas Cowboys, yes, it's a pro game. Yes, it's a lot of money involved. Yes, it's big stakes. But like your two voices on this and how you think that approach to the I, me syndrome affects a football team. Sometimes guys are so good it affects it positively. Let's see. 1st and 10. Wallets fires out to the right side. One nice move away from a long gain, doesn't get it. Paul Press, Terrell Owens and the Cowboys.
Well, I am vice president of the Bakersfield Blitz, and I was the general manager, so I do have to make these decisions every year. I can tell you this year it was the first year the Bakersfield Blitz have ever won a playoff game. This was also the first year we didn't have the former starting quarterback. Talent does not overcome team play. And you have to make tough decisions in the pro game, and that's why these guys make a lot of money, player personnel. I like Terrell on the field, but let's look at it. Philadelphia Eagles are pretty good this year without him.
Jan Wallace gets a big gain, and good call by the referees there. Unnecessary shove at the very end. It wasn't a hurdling, throwing hit, but it was late and it was out of bounds, so we'll get that. Brian Adams, as a receiver, as someone that can change the game in a skilled position and someone that makes a big play, and just like that, it breaks it open. A lot of accolades, a lot of attention. Your take on a super talent like Terrell Owens?
Well, Vance, I'm one of the people, I'm not a big Terrell Owens fan on the field in terms of his behavior, how he's disruptive to a team. But also, when you watch him, when you really watch him as a receiver, he doesn't have a high percentage of catches like a Jerry Rice. And I just think that I think that his big play capability overshadows that, and people get caught into the touchdowns. I just think he's a guy, granted, he's making millions of dollars. I just think he's a guy that's going to end up costing you more than he's worth. And you got to remember, too, football's a sport where you got 11 guys on the field. Indoor football, we watch it, you got 8. It's not like basketball where you can get one dominant guy and he can really control a game. So with football's a little bit different when you put yourself on a limb taking any kind of player like that.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Paul. As far as going out on a limb, that's about as far as we ever really try to go over here in high school football. But it seems to be dominating the pages, dominating the sports talk radio, dominate TV. And the last thing you'd ever want are young high schoolers thinking, well, that's the path to go, that's the way to go. So we'll wrap that up. Thanks, fellas. 2nd and 14. Woolitz barking orders at everybody now. They might be running out of time. They're going to have to hurry. Oh, boy. That clock is ticking. Woolitz has to wait. He gets the snap. To Skidmore. Skidmore cuts up field. Skidmore gets, about 7 yards. Cuts it in half. That'll be 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. The clock continues to tick, and now we're going to dip below the 10-minute mark, and head coach Jim Maples and East High Blades are thinking, oh, boy.
Yeah, they need to have a little sense of urgency. I wish that they would have a little sense of urgency on their last drive. And I'm sure Coach Mabel is saying, no joke, Coach Press. I've been saying, we're hoping they'd have sense of urgency all night. But we see a little bit of confusion, and here we go, empty backfield.
Officially, it's 3rd and 9. Woolitz, pump fakes, goes across the middle. What a nice play, what a nice pass. Caught out there for the first down. First down, Blades. And I think that the down blade landed on the football. I think it just got him in the stomach, and that's Sean Carrillo. He landed, well, he's gimping a little bit, so maybe it did get his ankles. Brian, what was your comment you just made?
Vance, I know we haven't seen everybody, but I think this is my second favorite quarterback in a traditional sense of quarterback that actually throw the ball. I just like the way he hangs in back there. He makes things happen, and he's throwing some strikes tonight.
Of course, that's Jan Woolitz, 5'6", 150-pounder with his heart as big as his helmet. Smith tries to get to the outside. Smith runs hard, brought down out there by a host of Patriots, but you got to love that hard running.
Yeah, can you wait? You see Woolitz here and McDermott for Garces. What a matchup that's going to be.
Wow.
Two outstanding quarterbacks, not in the traditional sense as big, strong arm type quarterbacks, but very, very good high school quarterbacks. There's no doubt about it. Big Campus Campbell is definitely the future of quarterback at some college.
Big Campus
has got everything you can want. Big arm, decent feet, height, weight, strength, smart kid. But Woolitz and McDermott are great high school quarterbacks.
Woolitz brought down. Excellent defensive coverage out there in the secondary. He basically had nowhere to go. Good developing play. Had the initial coverage that he needed to get rid of it. But, Brian, these DBs, they have to impress you. You're standing field level, and they just swarm those receivers.
Well, I mean, they've been providing good coverage all game long pretty much, except for a couple. There's been some times they've been open, but they've been open underneath. They've been doing a good job of playing on top, shutting them down. But, again, I think that East High is playing to their advantage by not getting the ball to the big fella Skidmore in the middle of the field.
Skidmore, again, split way right at the wide receiver position. Woolitz wants to go to Skidmore, throws it to Skidmore. It's up. It'll be a jumping match, and it is, oh, boy. It was intended for Skidmore, but Chris Neal was out there with him. I'd like to see this on our replay camera because I'll tell you what, this was, you're talking about Chris Neal, who's 5'9", and Skidmore at 6'6". Watch this, Paul.
Yeah, one thing, he puts height on it, but watch where the ball carries. Whoa. It goes right through his hands, but he's out of bounds there and almost takes out a camera lady over there. You got to lead that ball just a little bit more inside.
4th and 11. Everybody's going out for this pass. Woolitz wants to look up. He's got to get a long way, and he falls down. Might have had the first down, lost his footing, and that's aggravating because he's looking at it thinking, man, why did I have to fall down? I had the yardage, and there's a tough competitor right there, Kern County. Watch this. He almost has it. He's looking at that first down. He makes this cut. He can see the marker, and whoa. Harrington comes in right at the last second. 7:28 left in this football game. It's a 21-0 score, but it's been a good football game to watch, a great football game to call. There's head coach Jim Maples. And for the competitor that he is and the talent that he was on the field and the teams that he's put out here to play, he's a little frustrated tonight. Don't forget, these guys were Valley champions, 2 years ago?
Yes, 2 years ago, and they were very good Valley champs. But you got to remember, Coach Maples has really built this program up.
Sure has. Harrington with the handoff. Harrington up to the right side, still on his feet. Harrington brought down at the 40-yard line. That's a nice 12-yard run for Nick Harrington.
Wow. Nick Harrington, I'm going to have to get by Liberty High School and check out those stats in his weight room. I know I said it earlier. I'm going to get by there. My stepson goes to school over there, and so I'm going to get by there because he's very, very, very strong. Campbell comes up, veteran leadership here, wipes his hand off, takes time, knows he can milk the clock a little bit here. Shotgun.
Campbell hands the ball off. This time it's to Chris Neal. Chris Neal, the speedy Liberty running back. Penalty flag on the play.
That's frustrating. Frustrating being up here as an announcer. Frustrating even more as a coach. Liberty's coach is going, come on, guys. You don't need to hold here. Don't stop the clock. All we need to do is get on your guy, drive your guy, grind the clock out here a little bit, get out of here with a 21-0 win, and feel good and lucky because obviously East High has not played up to East High standards.
1st and 10. Thank you, Paul. On the 32-yard line, Liberty will send some receivers, split to the right side. Big Campus Byron checking things out. He's got Vasquez behind him. 1st and 10, the shotgun. Campbell goes to the air. Campbell fires out to the right side, and it is dropped out there by Chris Neal. Well, about 3-4 years ago, Brian and I were calling a football game, and there was a Liberty Patriot by the name of Scott Wells. Scott Wells, number 81. Special hello to Scott. Was out there guarding me today, marking me today in soccer, and I was marking him. Hello, Scott Wells. 2nd and 18. Big Campus is putting the ball in the air right now, but the balls are not being caught, so Provençal goes into a 2nd and 18 I formation. And he hands the ball off. Vasquez plows ahead. So for all of the talk of the second-rated quarterback, and he's a great one at that, Chad Provençal has the option of going on the ground a lot tonight, and he does just that. A lot of ground yards, Brian, a lot of ground yards.
Well, Vance, at this point in time, the clock is your friend. You're just trying to grind the clock out. You just make the game, make your series long. If you get a first down, fine. If you don't, but now the clock's moving because you're not dropping the ball and stopping the clock, and you punt it and play defense. Because you gotta say, Liberty has one of the best defenses. 21 points in 6 minutes is not gonna happen.
3rd and 11. Vasquez back blocking for Campbell. Campbell steps up, throws off one leg, and it is dropped, or it was broken up out there. Broken up out there by Billy Atchley. Atchley comes in to make a nice play, so that'll bring up a 4th and 11. 4th and 11.
Well, clock does stop here with 5:46 left. Brian makes a good point. You keep that clock running. There's no way East High is going to score 21 points in less than 6 minutes, especially when they haven't scored a point all night. So
Brandon Ostheimer will punt the football again. Nice end over end. Whoa, it does take a little bit of a hook over there. Wind plays a little bit of a part of it. You know what, fellas? I think we've survived this pre-winter push, and as we look behind us, what a gorgeous night it's turned out to be in Bakersfield. I know all of our grape growers in the valley are pleased to see this rain get out of here. Let's hope that it goes and stays for at least a few more weeks. Beautiful night behind us in big Bakersfield. Andy Key puts an article in the Bakersfield Californian yesterday about Cal State being called Bakersfield State. I think it's an ingenious idea, Bakersfield State. Why not? Paul Press and Brian Adams are from Bakersfield. 1st and 10. Jan Wallets has 5.5 left to get on the scoreboard and make this a dangerous game here. Skidmore. Hit him in the numbers, fellas. Hit him in the numbers.
Yeah, as I always say, wrong spot is right in his hands. Don't put it in their hands. Make receivers go get it. You know how those receiver types are.
Well, Woolitz,
you can't put it in their hands.
As Brian said, you know, in the traditional sense, he flings it. Right now, I've got guffaws and chuckles taking place between Press and Adams. It seems to be somewhat of a slingy match here in mid-October. Woolitz in trouble again, and this time he just gets swallowed up, and he gets landed on by Tamir Anders. Tamir Anders, he's only 6'4", 270. Man.
270 pounds, wow.
Here's Woolitz, and he's in trouble early on this play. Really nowhere to go. The Barber Honda Player of the Game will be presented after this football game. I'd like to thank Brian for doing the work for me last week at Memorial Stadium. Had a bit of a soccer injury, and I couldn't traverse the stairs. Thanks, big guy. Tonight, I'll handle the duties. Barber Honda Player of the Game.
No problem.
Yeah, that's not what you said last week. 3rd and 11. Woolitz across the middle. Nice pass, nice catch. Brian, I have to concur with you. You've continued to reinforce our thoughts that we've had all season now about Jan Woolitz. A very impressive quarterback.
Well, you know, I think Paul said it best. He's just a great high school quarterback, very elusive. What I'm impressed with really is he puts the ball in the money. Yeah, he's had a couple of throws here and there that are a little bit off, but all quarterbacks do that, even at the highest level. But I think he manages the game well. He makes good plays and makes good decisions. And, you know, and you got to tip your hat. He's played a heck of a game tonight.
1st and 10 for the Blades. Woolitz has nobody back there with him. It's 5-on-4 up there at the front line. Here come the Patriots. Woolitz looks. Woolitz wants to go outside. Has a man deep. Launches it up. Oh, goodness, he's wide open. It's Tony Haynes. Can Haynes get into the end zone? He's brought down right below us. That camera angle that you saw above us is pretty much right where Paul and I are. We are right on top of this one, and Woolitz was not content to try to get just a first down on his legs. This time, Paul, he looks and he sees Haynes and says, there it is. I'm going to drop it in his hands.
Right there, gives it everything he has to get it out to him because he's wide open, and sure enough, he gets it to him, and that's the main point. And then if it wasn't for the hustle of Alex Harrington, number 42, hustles down and makes the tackle.
1st and 10, 4 minutes exactly. Woolitz out to the right side. Skidmore with the pass. Skidmore gets up to about the 12-yard line. Skidmore run him out to the side, and oh boy, Nick Harrington down. Nick Harrington down. The Patriots already with the preseason superstar Letourneau going down. Now, heavy concern as we see on this Volvo Rinse replay. I don't know if we'll see what happens. Actually, we don't see it. Looked like a textbook tackle, and from that very second, Nick Harrington down, and head coach Chad Provençal will walk out. No, he doesn't. He comes back to the sidelines. We have a timeout on the field, everybody. You're watching Bright House Network's exclusive coverage of the high school football game of the week. Looks like it might be a cramp. Looks like they're rubbing it down there, Paul. We hope that that's all it is, and I say that with respect to the human body. We just hope that it's only a cramp because Nick Harrington, one of the front-running favorites right now for the Barber Honda Player of the Game, is on his back, and he's been on both sides of the football tonight, making big hits, big scores, and he's up on his feet, and that'll get this Liberty crowd putting their hands together. That's what they want to see. Big Nick up again.
You can see right there, kicking his heel in. That's a cramp. Their trainer Robert runs out there and rubs it down, and he hustles off, comes off under his own pressure, and he's jogging, so that's good. At least he'll be able to jog over and talk to you maybe after the game.
Tommy Barron, another Barber Honda Player of the Game, right back here sitting next to the Lumberjack. We've got a lot of players of the game tonight here in the crowd. 2nd and 7. The Blades. 2 receivers split to the right, 3 to the left. Woolitz throws to Skidmore. This time it's met in the middle out there. Nice play by Chris Neal. You know, we've got some very quick DBs back there that are about a foot shorter than that big, tall end in Skidmore. And that's going to be a tough order to fight that thing away from those small DBs out there. 3rd and 7. And I just know those Blades want to get in that end zone, Paul.
Sure they do. It's a pride factor here. Don't forget, there's a lot of seniors on that East High team. They don't want to look back 15 years from now and think they got shut out by Liberty.
Well, we shouldn't be thinking end zone. They still have time to get and yardage to get a first down. Woolitz throws across the middle, and that ball is dropped by Jeffrey McDonald. Penalty flag on the play. Wonder what that'll be. Possibly Paul Press thinks it might be a face mask. Let's see. Let's see. From the body English and the demeanor, it is against the Patriots, and it's a holding. Wow, automatic first down. And Paul, hats off to the East High School Blades program that they give. They've got Jen Woolitz, and this was the game at Bakersfield College. Brian, did you get a load of the cover of that program we have? This poor Centennial Golden Hawks, Castillo, is making the tackle on Woolitz, and he's giving them the full-on face mask. So Woolitz on the media guide tonight for the football game, getting his face mask grabbed by a Centennial Golden Hawk. That is tough Friday the 13th luck. Now they go up top to Skidmore, and it's caught. That's what the doctor ordered with that big, tall receiver. Touchdown, East High.
Well, right there, Skidmore shows what he has. That's why other schools are looking at Fresno State's taking a serious look at this kid. Because we see it, we get a chance. Before he goes up, right there before he goes up, everybody, he does a great job of what we call hand fighting. He really kind of pushes off a little bit, hand fight. It's not a push off, a hand fight. Clears his distance so he can go up and get the ball.
PAT attempt will be by Kevin Barrett. We know he's got a good leg. Barrett is up, and it's good, and it is way deep. 21-7, and this football game's not over. 3.5 left.
Side, are we going to see it? Or are they going to call it? 3:31, but you've got to get at least 2 more possessions. So, I don't know. It's a coin toss. Brian Adams, you want to weigh in on this? Does Jim Maples, do they go for the onside here?
Well, there's 2 schools of thought. You got to think that Liberty will not try to throw the ball and try to ground the game out. You kick it off, go 3 and out. You have 1 timeout left, see if you can get some time. But, however, I think you got to go for it and just do the onside kicking. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Well, in worst case scenario, and it's a worst case, they kick it, they don't go for it, and, Liberty just going to grinds it out, so it's a football game. I think if you're a betting man, if you're sitting at the blackjack table, hit me.
Yeah, hit me. Even though the dealer's got,
dealer might be showing, dealer might be showing 19 right now, and you've got 2. Hit it 2 or 3 times. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out. I would think, based on what head coach Chad Provençal has his Patriots lining up for, I would think that's exactly what is going to take place. So
he has to line up for that anyway.
Yeah, they're definitely got the good hands people out there. And that senior leadership, number 40 right there in the middle, telling these guys what to do. Along with the Alzheimer's, number 2 and 40. Look for these guys to get their hands on the ball if they can.
Here's the chess match, and it's a bobble. Look at this. Woo! That pulled a Bill Buckner and went right through the legs. Right through the legs of Cameron Yost. And watch this, everybody. I think it's Cameron Yost. I better be careful. It is. Look at that. Whoa! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, man. That right there was a Billy Buckner. 1st and 10 Patriots. That's scary stuff right there.
Yeah, a little bit of excitement. That ball takes 1 more bounce up. It's East High's.
We're under 4 minutes left in this football game. Campbell hands the ball off to Harrington. Harrington must be feeling okay because he's handling the rock. But dead play never happened. We do not have any insight on what our game will be for week 8 next week. As always, tune in for the excitement.
Uh-oh.
What's the uh-oh, Paul?
Well, East High just had to waste a timeout because they had no defensive tackles. We had a couple of linemen that didn't have their head in the game or didn't know that defense was going or what type of defense was being called. But all of a sudden, East High only had like 9 guys on the field. So Maples, somebody on the sideline yells, timeout, timeout, and sure enough, Campbell's going, hey, thanks. We'll give the ball to Harrington right up the middle because your defensive tackles are on the sideline. Thank you very much. And as Brian Adams saying, you know what? You got to play with 9 on that one because you can't afford to waste a timeout. Although, you know, if we see it, if they don't blow the whistle, Harrington's rushing down the field for 20-plus yards.
Well, after all that, 1st and 10. Vasquez and Harrington in the backfield with Campbell. Campbell goes to the hard count. Nobody jumps. Harrington with the handoff. Harrington tripped up. Gets about a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Again, week 1 of Bright House Network's high school football game of the week. Golden Valley at South. Week 2, BHS at Stockdale. Week 3.
That's a good one. You're testing my memory.
Centennial East.
Very good.
Week 4, Garces Highland. Week 5, Garces BHS. Week 6, Ridgeview West. Nice football games. Look at this. Vasquez jams his way up to about the 40-yard line. I'd like to tip our hats to the officials tonight. An excellent job on the football field. They've been on top of every call. They haven't overcalled. It's been very streamlined football game. I wouldn't say it's been the fastest game, but it's been a nice football game. 21-7. Patriots leading East High Blades. 2:38 left in this football game. It's turned out to be just an absolutely gorgeous night. Big campus Byron hands the ball off. Vasquez again. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Are you kidding me? Big Tony Haynes. I love seeing that fire this late in the football game. What a hit. Hey, Kern County, get a look at this one right here. Wow. Is that what they call a decleater?
Yeah, pretty much. And a textbook tackle right there. Saw what he hit, wrapped up, drove through with his hips, laid the helmet. Good hitting right there.
Shane Sheets in the backfield with Vasquez. Sheets, lead blocker. Vasquez picks the ball up, takes it about the 40, 37, 36-yard line. Clock continues to tick.
Barber Honda, player of the game.
Barber Honda, player of the game. Brian Adams, let's hear it.
Going with the linebacker captain.
Linebacker captain, running back, Nick Harrington. Paul Press.
Number 40 all the way. He's a ball player right there.
Our director, Zach, your choice, please. Thank you for the cough in my ear. I appreciate that. That's Zach's pick, a cough in my right ear. Zach, I think that's an agreement. Our director also picks Nick Harrington, the Barber Honda player of the game. I don't know if we can find him anywhere.
He's on the sideline. He had his helmet off.
Nick Harrington, number 40, the Barber Honda player of the game. Congratulations to Nick. We will talk to him at the conclusion of this football game. Nick Harrington, right in the middle of the football field. He's there with his helmet off, and he's standing right by his coaches. Congratulations, Nick. You have been named the Barber Honda player of the game. Again, if you're wondering about the very secretive and highly decisive process that we go through, it's basically Brian, myself, and Paul talking it in the open, no hidden ballots, and then our director weighs in as well. Normally, well, I should say when Bernie Johnson is our director, he's been weighing in throughout the entire game. Our other, but Zach running the show tonight simply gave me one of these. So that
I thought that was
Oh, my fault. That was okay. Very good. The old throat clearing.
Well, I'm standing up for my boy Zach.
Very
Did
good.
a great job on the truck tonight. Camera guys, I got to get my hats off to him. Do we not have the best camera guys around?
Best in the business. Appreciate it, everybody. The Bright House Network's crew, as always, fellas. Appreciate you guys coming out here and helping us look good, or at least sound good. Some things they can't do. 4th and 1. Big Campus Campbell hands the ball off to Sheets. Look at this, everybody. Nice big hard run out there by Shane Sheets. Shane Sheets. Say that one fast 3 times. Shane Sheets with a big big gain up there, and it's first down for the Patriots.
I can only say it fast 3 times if we have a delay button that can clear it up.
Look at this big run by Sheets. Wow.
Strong kids at Liberty. Very strong.
Very nice to be up on these Volvo Rinse booms. I'm standing elbow to elbow with one of our cameramen. Steve, what kind of food do you have? You're right next to me eating. First and 10, 35 seconds left in this football game. It's been a nice one. It's been very enjoyable. The pitch out to Neal. Neal gets maybe a yard. And the clock will continue to tick. I think possibly the Patriots might get one more. I don't think so. That's it, everybody. The Bright House Network's high school football game of the week has been brought to you by Volvo Rinse and Barber Honda. For Brian Adams and Paul Press, while we're still live with 7 seconds left, we appreciate you watching. When we come back, the Barber Honda player of the game will be Nick Harrington. The Liberty Patriots come up to East High and play very well, very sound football, and they win by 2 touchdowns. As I said, for Brian Adams and Paul Press, I'm Vance Palm. I'll see you back in 1 minute as we award the Barber Honda player of the game to Nick Harrington. Thanks for watching. See you in a minute.
Bright House, every day is easier thanks to high-speed internet that's so much faster than dial-up or standard DSL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, who are they from?
Plus, there's a choice of speeds to meet your needs and your budget. Bright House Network's high-speed internet. See how bright life can be.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
Barber Honda is a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Welcome back, everybody. Always my favorite part of the evening when we get to give the award to the Barber Honda player of the game. Tonight's game, Liberty and East, goes to Nick Harrington. What a football game. Sales manager for Barber Honda. Sam, give us the good word.
First of all, I wanted to congratulate you and your teammates on a great game. On behalf of Bright House Networks and Barber Honda, I want to thank you.
Thank you very much.
And have you some tokens of appreciation. And
thank you very much.
I'd like to do this again next week. Congratulations, great game.
Sam, what's this car here?
This is the 2006 S2000 Roadster.
The 2006 Roadster you've just won. Nick, how does it feel to win this brand new car? Oh, don't get us in trouble. Don't get us in trouble. Let's talk football. First of all, let's see what you got here. You got your nice Barber Honda hat, which is not easy to get. The Player of the Game award only goes to the gentleman that we're going to hand this to, Nick Harrington. And, my man, wear this on Monday because the only way you get one of these is to become the Barber Honda Player of the Game. Nick, that's yours. First of all, let's talk about tonight's football game. You never take East lightly, no matter what, even though you guys are a pretty strong team this year. Your thoughts going up against these Blades?
Well, the main thing was last week we came off a pretty weak loss, so we want to come out here and put it to them, get that taste out of our mouths from last week. So we knew they were fast. We had to keep the outside contained and just stuck it to them.
Barber Honda Player of the Game, Nick Harrington. You play both sides of the ball. You're giving out the punishment. You're taking the punishment. How's the body?
It's doing all right. Just got a little bruises, but nothing big. It's all good.
Congratulations, Nick. Great job tonight. Appreciate it. Who do you have next week?
Next week we have Highland, I believe.
Liberty at Highland next week. On behalf of Barber Honda, Bright House Networks, this is Vance Palm involved with everybody here. We thank you very much. Congratulations. Nick Harrington, Barber Honda, player of the game. Good job, big guy. Thank you. All right, man. See you later.
Awesome.